Hello, everyone, and welcome to Talk with Evelyn and Michael. I am so happy you are joining us today for another English learning adventure. I am Evelyn.
And I am Michael. We are so glad to have you here. Today, we are going to explore a place that can be a bit stressful if you do not know the right words. We are talking about the airport.
That is right, Michael. Travel is so much fun, but the airport part can feel like a big test of your English skills. We want to help you feel confident. We are going to imagine we are traveling together, and we will practice every step of the way.
It really is like a journey before the journey. From the moment you walk through those sliding glass doors, everything changes. The language is very specific. Evelyn, should we start at the very beginning?
Let's do it. Imagine we just arrived at the terminal. The first thing we need to do is find the check-in desk. Michael, what is the first phrase someone should know when they walk up to that desk?
Well, you usually start with a greeting and a simple statement. You can say, "I would like to check in, please." It is simple, and it tells the staff exactly why you were there.
That is perfect, and they will usually ask for two very important things. They will say, "May I see your passport and booking reference, please?" Remember, everyone, your booking reference is that code made of letters and numbers you got when you bought your ticket.
Curiously, Evelyn, what happens if the staff asks if we have any bags to check? That is a very common question, right?
Oh, yes, they will ask, "Are you checking any bags today?" If you have a big suitcase, you say yes. If you only have a small bag you carry with you, that is called a carry-on.
I remember getting confused between a suitcase and a carry-on when I first started traveling. So a suitcase usually goes under the plane, and the carry-on stays with you in the cabin.
Exactly. And if you are checking a bag, they will say, "Please place your bag on the scale." They need to weigh it to make sure it is not too heavy. Michael, have you ever had a bag that was too heavy?
Oh, many times, especially when I bring back souvenirs. Then the agent might say, "I am sorry, but your bag is overweight." That usually means you have to pay a fee or move some items to your carry-on bag.
That is the worst feeling, trying to open your suitcase on the floor and move clothes around while people are waiting. That is why it's good to weigh your bags at home first.
After the bags are sorted, the agent will ask a very important question about where you want to seat. They might say, "Would you prefer a window or an aisle seat?" Curiously, Evelyn, which one do you like?
I love the window seat because I like to look at the clouds. I would say, "I would like a window seat, please." Michael, I bet you like the aisle seat because you are tall.
You know me so well. I like the aisle seat so I can stretch my legs. I would say, "I prefer the aisle seat, thank you." It makes it easier to get up and walk around, too.
Once that is finished, the agent hands you a very important piece of paper. Do you know what it is called, Michael?
That is the boarding pass. The agent will say, "Here is your boarding pass. This paper has your gate number and your seat number. It's like your golden ticket to the airplane."
It really is. And they will also tell you what time you need to be at the gate. They might say, "Boarding will begin at 2:45." That means you need to be at the gate and ready to get on the plane by that time.
Okay, so we have our boarding passes. Now we have to go through the part that many people find a bit scary: security.
It doesn't have to be scary if you know what to expect. At security, there are many instructions. You will see people in uniforms, and they might speak very quickly. Michael, what is one of the first things they usually tell you to do?
They will often say, "Please take out your electronics and liquids." You have to put your laptop and your phone in a separate bin.
That's right. And remember, liquids have to be in small bottles. They might say, "Are there any liquids in your bag?" You should always check your bag for water bottles before you get to the front of the line.
I always forget my water bottle, and then I have to drink it all very fast. Another thing they say is, "Please remove your shoes and belt." Instructive. Not every airport asks for shoes, but many do. It's good to be prepared.
Then you have to walk through the metal detector. If it beeps, don't worry. The officer might say, "Please step back and remove everything from your pockets. Sometimes it is just a small coin or a key that we forgot.
Once you are through security, you are in the departures lounge. This is the fun part. There are shops and restaurants, but we have to keep an eye on the big screens. Evelyn, what do we call those screens?
Those are the departure boards. They show the flight numbers and the status of each flight. You might see the word delayed. That means the flight is going to be late. Or you might see on time, which is what we always want to see.
Sometimes it says boarding. That means it is time to go to your gate right now. And if it says final call, you need to run. I think let's hope we never see final call for our flights. Let's practice a conversation at the gate. Imagine we are waiting and there's an announcement. Speaker 2, can you be the gate agent making an announcement? Of course. Attention passengers for flight BA123 to London. We are now boarding all passengers in Zone 1.
So if our boarding pass says Zone 3, we have to wait. We can say, which zone are you boarding now? It is always good to double check so you don't stand in line for too long.
That is a great tip. When it is finally our turn, we show our boarding pass and passport again. The agent might say, enjoy your flight. And we can respond with, thank you. Have a nice day.
Now we're walking down the jet bridge and stepping onto the plane. I love the smell of airplanes. A flight attendant will greet us at the door. They might say, welcome aboard. Please turn left for seat 12A.
Finding your seat can be tricky. You have to look at the numbers and letters above the seats. Once we find our seat, we need to put our carry-on bag away. We can put it in the overhead compartment or under the seat in front of us.
If the overhead compartment is full, we might need help. We could ask a flight attendant, excuse me, is there any space left for my bag? They are always very helpful with that.
Smiling. Once we are sitting down and buckled up, the pilot will talk to us. He might say, this is your captain speaking. We are third in line for takeoff. It is nice to know what is happening.
After we're in the air, the flight attendants will come around with a cart. They usually offer drinks and snacks. Michael, what would you say if they ask what you want to drink?
Friendly, I would say, I would like an apple juice with no ice, please. I don't like it when the ice makes my drink too cold.
I'm the opposite. I would say, can I have a coffee with extra cream, please? It helps me stay awake during long flights.
Sometimes on long flights, they serve a meal. They might give you a choice. They say, would you like the chicken or the pasta? Evelyn, what is your favorite airplane food?
I actually like the pasta. I find it very comforting. I would say, I will have the pasta, please. And if I need a napkin or a spoon, I can say, could I have a napkin, please?
It is all about being polite. Use words like please and thank you, and everything will be much smoother. Now, imagine we've been flying for hours and we're finally landing. The pilot says, we have landed in New York. Please stay seated until the plane comes to a complete stop.
Yay! We made it! But the journey is not quite over. Now we have to go through immigration. This is where an officer checks our passport to let us into the country. Michael, this part can feel a bit formal. What are some questions they might ask?
They usually start by asking, what is the purpose of your visit? You can answer, I am here for vacation, or I am here for business.
They might also ask, how long are you staying? You should tell them the number of days or weeks. For example, I will be here for 10 days.
And they might ask where you were staying. They say, where will you be staying? You can give the name of your hotel. You could say, I am staying at the Grand Hotel.
Once they stamp your passport, they say, welcome to the United States. It is such a great feeling to get that stamp.
Now we have to go find our big suitcases. We need to go to the baggage claim area. There are many conveyor belts moving around with bags on them. We need to look for our flight number on the screen to find the right baggage carousel.
Michael, what happens if your bag doesn't come out? That is a nightmare for every traveler.
If that happens, you have to go to the lost luggage desk. You would say, "Excuse me, my bag has not arrived." They will ask you to describe your bag. You could say, "It is a large blue suitcase with 4 wheels."
Hopefully that doesn't happen to us. Once we have our bags, we walk through customs. Usually, if you have nothing to declare, you just walk through the green exit. To declare something means you are bringing something into the country that you might need to pay tax on, like a lot of expensive gifts.
Most travelers just go through the nothing to declare exit. And then you walk through the final doors and you see people waiting with signs. We are finally out of the airport.
That was a long journey, Michael, but we learned so many words today. Let's do a quick review of some of the most important ones. Michael, what do we call the paper that lets us get on the plane?
That is the boarding pass. Everyone remember to keep that in a safe place.
And what do we call the place where we put our bags to be weighed?
That is the check-in desk. And the machine that weighs the bag is the scale.
Perfect. And how about the seat that is next to the window?
Well, that one is easy. It is the window seat. And the one next to the walking space is the aisle seat.
You are doing great, Michael. Let's practice one more dialogue. Imagine I am an airport worker and you are a traveler who is lost.
Okay, I am ready. I will look very confused.
Hello, sir. Can I help you find something?
Yes, please. I am looking for gate B22. Can you tell me where it is?
Of course. You are in the wrong terminal. You need to take the shuttle train to Terminal B. Just follow the signs for the shuttle.
Oh, thank you so much. I was getting a little worried. Is the shuttle train free?
Yes, it is completely free, and it runs every 5 minutes. You have plenty of time before your flight.
That is a relief. Thank you for your help.
You are very welcome. Have a safe flight. See, Michael? Even if you are lost, you can use simple English to get help. People at airports are used to helping travelers from all over the world.
That is a very good point, Evelyn. You don't have to be perfect, you just have to be clear. If you speak slowly and use the key words we practiced today, people will understand you.
Exactly. Let's talk about some other things you might see at the airport. Have you ever seen the duty-free shops, Michael?
Oh, yes. Those are the shops where you can buy things without paying some of the taxes. People like to buy perfume or chocolate there. You can ask, "How much is this bottle of perfume?"
And sometimes, if you have a long wait between flights, you might have a layover. Michael, what do you like to do during a layover?
I usually find a nice cafe and get a snack. I might say, "Is there any free Wi-Fi here?" Because I like to check my emails or watch a video while I wait.
Free Wi-Fi is very important. Most airports have it now. You usually have to connect on your phone, and sometimes you have to watch a short advertisement.
Evelyn, we have covered so much. We talked about checking in, security, the gate, the airplane, and arrival. I think our listeners are becoming airport experts.
I hope so. The more you practice these phrases, the easier it becomes. Let's try to imagine a scenario where the flight is delayed. This happens a lot, and it can be frustrating.
Let's do it. I will be the passenger who is upset because the flight is late.
Attention all passengers. Flight 123 to London is delayed by 2 hours due to bad weather.
Oh no, 2 hours. Excuse me, will I miss my connecting flight?
I'm sorry, sir. If you miss your connection, please go to the customer service desk. They will help you book a new flight.
Okay, thank you. Where is the customer service desk?
It is just around the corner, next to the pharmacy.
Thank you for the information.
That was a great example, Michael. A connecting flight is when you have to take two different planes to get to your destination. If the first plane is late, it can be a problem.
But the airport staff are there to help you. You just need to ask. Evelyn, do you have any final tips for our friends learning English for the airport?
Yes, my biggest tip is to carry a notebook or have a translation app on your phone. But try to use your own words first. And don't be afraid to ask someone to repeat something. You can say, "Could you please repeat that more slowly?"
That is a wonderful tip. Most people are very kind and will be happy to slow down for you. We are so proud of you for practicing today. Learning a language is like taking a flight. It takes time, but the destination is worth it.
That is so true, Michael. Thank you, everyone, for listening to Talk with Evelyn and Michael. We hope this helps you on your next trip.
Don't forget to practice these phrases out loud. It really helps with your pronunciation. We will see you in the next video for more English fun.
Safe travels, everyone. See you soon.
Goodbye for now.
You know, Michael, we should also mention the ground transportation. Once you leave the airport, you need to get to your hotel.
You're right. You might look for a taxi or a bus. You can ask, "Where is the taxi stand?" Or, "Is there a train that goes to the city center?"
And if you take a taxi, you can tell the driver your destination. You say, "I would like to go to this address, please." It is helpful to have the address written down on a piece of paper or on your phone to show them.
Great point. Every little bit of preparation helps. Smiling. We really have covered it all now, from the start of the trip to the very end.
We really did. Thank you for being such a great co-host, Michael.
And thank you, Evelyn. This was a lot of fun.
Okay, everyone, now we are really saying goodbye. Happy learning.
Goodbye.
Actually, Michael, I just thought of one more thing. What about the overhead bin? Sometimes people call it different things.
You're right. Some people call it the overhead compartment, and some call it the overhead bin. If you hear either one, it means the same thing: the space above your head for your bags.
And when you're getting off the plane, the flight attendant might say, "Please check your seat pocket for any personal items." That means don't forget your phone or your book.
I have left my sunglasses in that seat pocket so many times. That is a very important announcement to listen to.
Okay, now I think we are truly finished.
I think so too. Goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye.
See you next time on Talk with Evelyn and Michael.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Michael, wait. We should tell them about the departure gate changes.
You are right. This is the last thing, I promise. Sometimes the gate changes at the last minute. The screen might say, "Gate change."
When that happens, you must go to the new gate quickly. You can ask someone, "Is this still the gate for flight 456?"
It is always good to keep checking those big screens until you are actually on the plane.
Okay, now we are done.
Yes, we are. Goodbye for real this time.
Goodbye. Talk with Evelyn and Michael.
See you soon.
Bye.
Bye.